Hi everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another Rumour Has It video where we talk about players linked to the football club in the coming transfer window. And there has been quite a big link recently, actually, to a player that kind of divides a little bit of opinion, actually, in amongst our fan base at the moment. It's an England international and a very good player, to be fair, on his day, even though he's maybe gone off the boil a little bit this season. We'll just have a look in a second, then we'll talk a little bit about this transfer link. Just before we do, a little reminder: if you haven't already, please click that like and subscribe button. Would love you to come and join us. We are on 2,555, I think, nice round number of subscribers. But want to try and get 3,000 soon? Smash that button. All free content here. 2 live shows Mondays and Wednesdays, and pop-up videos just like this transfer one you're about to watch. You won't regret it. Some great stats and chats at Evermore. So let's get stuck in. Who is the player I'm talking about there? Can you guess who it is? It's not James Maddison. No, it is Mason Mount. So the links to Mason Mount have surfaced, certainly in the Daily Mail. I'm just looking at the piece there as I was seamlessly loaded up in the background. So apparently Liverpool are interested in Mason Mount. They definitely need some new blood in their midfield, but we are also going to enter the race for the 24-year-old England international. As you can see there, 36 caps and 5 goals for England. Now, Mason has had a bit of a funny career, even though he's still quite a young man. He started out really, really well. He went to Derby on loan under Frank Lampard, did exceptionally well there. Went back to Chelsea, and Frank Lampard became the Chelsea manager. Really worked his way in that Chelsea side under Frank. Did really, really well. I think they're looking at about 40 or 50 million quid for Mason in the summer. I'm just trying to find the exact figure there. Yeah, I think it's around about that 40 or 50 million quid, the one for Mason. So he played really, really well for Chelsea, and he forced his way to the England team, and he kind of never got out of the England team, really, in many ways. His best season for Chelsea, I think he got about 13 goals in 56 games or something. What are his strengths? You see there, Mark's put him on there. Long shots, key passes. He's a very good passer with the ball, actually. A lot of people tend to forget that about Mason. Great threading a through ball. Fantastic clipping long passes to people. What he's really good at as well is getting on the end of opportunities as well. He's a great runner. He's a strong runner. Good ball control. He's a brilliant finisher when he gets into positions. You can see there, even this season, he's played 32 games in total, 26 of them starts, 3 goals, 4 assists. Poor by his standards. He's usually kind of up in 8 or 9 goal or 13 goals as he was in his best season. But I do think there's a real player here. And I think Mason does possess something that a lot of our midfielders don't, and that's the ability to score goals. I think in a midfield with Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton, for example, doing a lot of the dirty work, I think Mason could really flourish. I think he could make some great forward runs. He could be that player arriving in the box that we sorely need. So when you have the likes of an Alexander Isak pulling a defender out wide and crossing the ball to the penalty spot, Mason Mount could very well be that player to tuck it away. But let's look at his 90-minute stats. His passes, he's a little bit in the low percentile this season. He's only on the 43 percentile. And it's not been great for Mason, I think, this season in terms of passing and his pass completion. But his key passing when he has passes has been quite high in the 85th percentile. There is his shots. He's in the 83rd percentile, so he's still getting his shots off. He's still trying to test the keeper. 78 percentile for shots on target. So generally, what he shoots, he gets on target. 76 percentile for goals from midfield. So it's not too bad in terms of that regard. He's not very good in the air as a weakness. Which obviously. I suppose the midfield battles goes against you a little bit, but when you've got someone like Joe Linton in the midfield that wins pretty much everything he goes for, you probably don't want Mason Mount getting involved in that kind of part of the game anyway. You'd rather he was getting the ball on the break and making something happen. So in the radar grid, we've compared him to Joe Linton because out of everybody, Joe Linton's probably the player who gets the most forward in our midfield. Yes, Bruno is able to do it, but he hasn't done it for quite a while now. But you can see how he compares to Joe Linton there. In terms of his goals and his assists, he's way ahead of Joe, and his goal creation chances and progressive passes, he's way ahead of Joe. But in terms of the nitty-gritty work that Joe Linton can do, breaking up play, getting the tackles in, interceptions, blocks, winning the ball, starting the play, I think Joe Linton's way ahead of Mason. But I think he could be a real good fit in that midfield alongside Bruno and Joe. I think he has all the attributes to be an Eddie Howe player. I think he's got bags of energy, loads of stamina. He's quite quick as well. When he's got a turn of speed on him. Obviously England international as well. I think he would fit in well with the likes of Trippier and Wilson and Pope as well. I think he seems to have a real good attitude as well. He seems to be a really decent lad. He doesn't rock the boat or nothing like that. So I think he could very well be a brilliant signing for us. It would all come down to the price tag, I think, would be the main thing for Mason to Newcastle United. Now, I'm saying 40, 50 million quid. Chelsea definitely need to balance the books in FFP, because surely they're getting looked at under the microscope the way they've gone on. And if they don't get Champions League this season, which it still looks like they won't do, they could have to jettison a lot of good players in the summer. And Mason could just be the first of many that find their way to other clubs. Jude Bellingham's still on Liverpool's radar as well. I think if they get taken over, that'll be their number one target. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you think Mason Mount would be a good signing for Newcastle United. I'm a bit torn. We're currently doing a Twitter poll at the moment in terms of would Mason be a good signing for us? And I'm just going to check where we are at the minute. So at the minute we have had 86 votes, and it is a 70-30 split of yes, people would take him, and 30% say no, they wouldn't take him. But yeah, for me, I think that he would be a good player. I think we maybe have missed the boat a little bit on James Maddison. There's talk of Spurs coming back in for Maddison at the minute, so that could be an issue for us if he goes to Spurs, bright lights in London and all that kind of stuff. He seemed really interested in coming here, but if we don't finish top four, which I don't think we will now, I think we're going to finish sixth. Maybe it might be another option other than Maddison we have to look at. But listen, I think Mason Mount would be a good player. I think he would add something to the squad. I think he's got energy. He's got the credentials that Eddie Howe requires out of his players. So I think he would be a really good signing. But as always, we'd love to hear what you guys say. Smash a comment in. Let us know what you think. We always engage with you as best we can. And like I said at the start, if you haven't considered subscribing, we'd love to have you on board. And drop a like on the video. It really helps get it around YouTube. And just come and join Evermore, guys. We love talking about Newcastle, and we'll love to talk about it with you. So this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team. We'll call United. I'll be back with some more transfer rumours soon, I'm sure, because they're all heating up right now. I can't wait for the summer. I really think it's going to be a big rebuild job at Newcastle United. It's exciting to see what happens. So we'll catch you there, everyone. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.